Hey friends, Mikester here, your humble servant, with a weekly update from First United Methodist Church of Fort Worth, right here with the Reverend Tom McDermott.
Hey Mike.
Hey Tom.
Thanks for having me. It's good to be here.
Well, thank you for taking the time because
Yeah.
you're a guy who's been really busy with 1111 moving to the historic 512.
It has been really crazy, but it has been fantastic.
Good.
We've had 2 Sundays. They've both been just phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
The crowds have been great, and the mood has just been so excited. There's not been any anxiety whatsoever about this. Everybody's really excited about this, and we've had such great involvement from all sorts of facets of volunteers, the church, the staff. Everybody's been really
Bunches of volunteers.
Yeah, it's been great.
Balloons on your first Sunday.
Balloons on the first Sunday, and the technological stuff that had to be set up, and just all the sound system and new system, the live streaming that we're doing from over there. I mean, it's just an insurmountable amount of work that's been put into this. And Austin,
more than I could imagine.
Oh, it's just, I got over there, I was amazed at all of the stuff that's involved. And Austin's been doing a phenomenal job. I mean, he has done such a great job. I don't see how he's been able to do it.
It takes someone to pour himself into to make that
everything.
work.
120%. He really has.
I wonder how he's doing.
I don't know. How you doing, Austin? He's going to need a vacation.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, while he's away on vacation, you've got a storytelling conference.
We actually do. We have the every year the Texas Storytelling Association, the Tejas Storytelling Association, as they're called. They put on an annual conference for professionals, performers, healthcare workers, chaplains, all sorts of educators, and it's all over the state when they host it. This year, it's being hosted by us.
Oh, great!
Here at the church on next weekend, June the 29th and 30th, and it'll be all day Friday, all day Saturday. There'll be workshops featuring folks from around the country and in all sorts of categories: how to use storytelling in educational settings, how to do family storytelling with your kids at home, collecting, reminiscing with family members, a great thing for our memory care folks.
Oh, I bet.
And then these people, again, are just phenomenal in their work. There'll be concerts during the day, even some fringe concerts happening during the day, and then each evening, Friday and Saturday, we have our 2 featured performers who are from Vermont and from Ocracoke, North Carolina. Donald Davis is from Ocracoke, Carolina. Hard to say that.
It's an island, but I like it.
It's an island off the coast, and he always jokes. I've known him for years, and he says it takes me 3 flights just to get from the island to the mainland.
That's travel
before I can get to an airport. So he was called the Times. The New York Times called him America's premier storyteller.
Gosh.
He's just a phenomenal and a retired clergy.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, actually retired Methodist. Pippa White is also an amazing storyteller out of Vermont. These 2 will be performing on Friday and Saturday night with a few other folks from around the country. The cool thing is on Sunday, July 1st, they are doing their Sacred Tales concert in 1111 at the 512, and they'll both be featured.
Excellent.
Oh, it's going to be a fun morning. But because that's going to be a crowded morning, we are going to find chairs. We're going to make space. It'll be a full room. You don't want to miss it. But next Sunday would be a good Sunday for folks who haven't yet been to 1111 in its new setting to come and be a part of it. We have some special things happening on the 24th this Sunday. And we're also consecrating that space as our new temporary space for the next few years. And so great music as usual. Be a great time to come.
So much excitement.
Yeah.
So much excitement.
Yeah, and I hear you're doing something exciting.
I am. On Sunday, July 1st, I will not be here in Fort Worth because I have an opportunity to go with our choral union and to sing in Ireland.
I am so jealous.
Because you know Ireland.
I do. My father was born there.
Yeah.
I'm a citizen now there,
Yes.
and I've made multiple trips, and then I took a group last year there, and we're taking another one in 2019. And y'all are going to my favorite part, to the southern half, from east to west. Just going to be beautiful. You're going to love it.
It sounds great, and I do. There are a couple words that I wanted to check with you on, and then I was hoping you would teach me.
Let me get ready. Let me get my interpretive stance.
Okay, please do that. Oh,
there we go.
You have transformed yourself.
Now I'm ready.
Okay.
Now I'll answer it in my brogue.
Yes.
And all I need to tell you is that I went over there once and I was telling stories and I was doing an Irish story in my brogue, and one of my friends, Bat Burns, comes up to me and he says, "Tom, I have to tell you something." And I said, "Yes, what is it?" He says, "Tom, I want to compliment you. Your brogue's only half good."
Only half good.
So I didn't use it anymore. Texas accent, that's what they want
Yes.
from a guy from
Yeah.
Texas.
That's what I'm
And they'll
going
love
with.
listening to you for that reason.
Hear, hear. Will they say it's grand listening to me rather than just good?
They have a couple of words for that. Grand is real popular in the East Coast in Dublin. You're going to hear a lot of fantastic.
Okay.
That's fantastic, or you'll hear absolutely, but mostly I bet you hear fantastic a lot. Grand means like it's big, it's special. Yeah.
And if I hear the phrase grand crack, should I be concerned?
You should not.
Oh, good.
It's not an illegal substance.
Great.
In fact, what it means is that if you're talking about a place having grand crack or fantastic crack or great crack, what they mean is the conversation, the interaction is great at that location. So crack is like good conversation, good talk.
Oh, how neat.
Yeah.
Well, in the midst of the grand crack, if someone looks at me and refers to me as an Egypt, should I take that as a huge compliment?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
Yeah. I think it means the same as it does here in the South, which is basically idiot.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Note to self. Try not
Right.
to be an Egypt.
Try not to be an Egypt.
Is there something you can teach me that I could use there?
There actually is, and I think people, especially in the West Coast, because I hear you're going south and west, like to Killarney, and then
Yes.
over to Ring of Kerry, and all the way up into the Aran Islands. And,
True.
And they all still speak Gaelic there, English too, of course, but they love it when someone would come over and try their language.
Right.
And so if you say Gia Dwitch,
Gia Dwitch.
Gia Dwitch means hello or how are you, basically. It's a greeting form.
Good.
And they will oftentimes come back with Gias Mutterdwitch.
Which means?
Which means, technically it means, Gia Dwitch means God be with you,
Oh,
and
I
Gias
like that.
Mutterdwitch means God and Mary and Joseph with you as well. And so they'll often say Gias Mutterdwitch, which basically is saying hello back to you or hope you're doing well too.
It sounds beautiful.
It's a beautiful language.
Plus, the greeting is so important for us anytime, regardless of whether we're in Ireland or right here at home.
So you can say thank you. I'll teach you two other quick things.
Okay.
Thank you, Gorav Madagut,
Gaurav Madagut.
or just Madagut.
Madagut.
And that just says thank you. And people really appreciate that. The other thing that you want to say, if things get a little strange,
Yes.
is find yourself close to an exit and then say, I'm will to our rear. And maybe whisper it. And then get out.
I'm fearful to repeat it.
Okay.
So in my mind, I'm remembering this even as I speak. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate that. And there will be stories
gonna be
and
such
so
a
much
great
to
trip.
share when we get back.
Yeah.
Because there's always stuff going on at First United Methodist Church of Fort Worth. We're so glad that you're here. And friends, that's all for now. And yes, this has been your Moment with Mike.